What if I told you that you don't actually hate yourself? You just never really looked at yourself long enough to understand what's there. Give me 3 minutes, and I'll change how you see yourself. I was sitting on the edge of my bed. No music, no phone. Just that kind of silence that feels loud. The kind that presses against your chest like it's trying to say something you've been ignoring for years. I don't know what triggered it that day. Maybe it was the way someone looked at me, or didn't. Maybe it was the pile of unanswered texts, the growing distance with people who used to know every version of me. But in that moment, I felt like I was disappearing, not dying, not suffering, just fading, like a song nobody plays anymore. And it wasn't always like that. I used to be loud. I used to laugh with my whole body. I believed that life owed me something good, that if I just kept going, if I just kept trying, eventually things would make sense. But life doesn't knock. It doesn't give you a moment to catch your breath. It just happens. And sometimes it happens hard. There was a time I thought I was broken because I couldn't keep up. Everyone else seemed so sure, so ready, posting their perfect mornings, their gym routines, their relationships and side hustles. And I was still trying to get out of bed without hating the person I saw in the mirror. And that's when it hit me. The mirror wasn't the problem. The reflection wasn't lying. It just didn't match the person I thought I had to be. We spend so much time trying to become this ideal version of ourselves that we never stop to ask, who am I when I'm not performing? Who am I when no one's watching? That question haunted me, but it also saved me. One day I did something strange. I made a list of every time I said, I'm not good enough. Every version of it. I'm too quiet. I'm too emotional. I'm always late. I'm not talented enough. I'm a burden. I'm annoying. I'm not meant for anything big. And for each one, I wrote down where I first heard it. Not surprisingly, none of them came from me. They came from teachers, bullies, exes, toxic friendships, random people on the internet. I had spent years carrying opinions that were never mine to begin with. You know what happens when you carry heavy things for too long? You forget you're allowed to let them go. So I started letting go. Not all at once, not dramatically, just piece by piece, like unclenching a fist that forgot what it feels like to be open. And slowly, so slowly, I began to see something in myself I'd never noticed before. Kindness. Not the kind I gave others, but the kind I deserved to give myself. I realized I didn't have to earn rest. I didn't have to apologize for feeling too much. I didn't have to explain why some days I'm on fire and other days I'm just smoke. I just had to be. There's this quote I love, "You're not late to your life. You're right on time." And I think about that every time I feel like I'm behind, because comparison is a thief. But more than that, it's a lie. You can't compare two lives built on different blueprints. Your path will never look like theirs. And that's the point. The truth is, you're not a failure. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're tired. You're overwhelmed. You're scared of what happens if you try again and fall again. But here's the thing. Failing doesn't mean you're not meant for it. It just means you're human. And humans, we're messy. We contradict ourselves. We cry at dumb things and laugh at funerals and push away people we love because we're scared they'll leave first. We do all that, and we still deserve love. So here's what I want to say. The next time you catch yourself thinking you're not enough, stop, breathe, and ask, enough for who? Enough for what? You are not here to impress a highlight reel. You are not here to be a perfect version of someone else's dream. You are here to live, to stumble, to learn, to lose things and find yourself in the ashes. And you know what's wild? Every scar on you has a story. And those stories don't make you weak. They make you real. They make you yours. I don't know where you are in your life right now. Maybe you're at the edge of something. Maybe you're holding on by a thread. Maybe you're just tired of pretending you're fine, but I want you to know, and you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to rush your healing. You don't need permission to start over. The moment you decide to see yourself differently, as someone growing instead of failing, everything changes. Because suddenly, that voice in your head softens. It goes from "you're not enough" to "you're doing your best." It goes from "what's wrong with me" to "what hurt me." And that shift is everything. So if you're still here with me, if you gave me these 3 minutes, thank you not just for listening, but for choosing to believe, even if it's just a little, that you are worth more than your worst day. That you are becoming, even when it doesn't look like progress. That the way you see yourself can change. And when it does, so does everything else. Now go, not to be perfect, not to impress, but to be you. Fully, unapologetically, and beautifully you. That's enough, and it always will be.